Hey, what is going on, guys? Joe here from JPRC, and today we're gonna spend some quality time together wrenching on some of the upgrades on this rig. Now, for some of you who are new to the channel, this is my go-to trail rig. I absolutely love everything about the Axial SCX10II. It is such a performer, a great performer, especially in the trail, with everything that comes out of the box. Whether or not you have the RTR version or the kit version, this is definitely one of my favorite rigs of all time. And frankly, in my opinion, there's really nothing that you have to upgrade to increase the performance if you were using this truck as a trail truck like I do. Especially the tires. I have a lot of RTR or kit tires that comes out of the box. These ones are definitely one of the best. They're very grippy, extremely grippy. I really love them. The tire tread pattern is super scale. I love the way it looks. However, if you're gonna be doing some extreme comp crawling or go extreme mudding with it, these tires are not gonna do very well, especially in the mud. When they get a lot of heavy mud, kicking on it, they'll become as slick. So if you're doing trailing, this is perfect. I even ran it in the snow with some zip tie and it actually handled really well. So I'm gonna keep on using these tires for a little while, and everything about the truck is just really nice. Now, one of the upgrades that I'm gonna be putting in today is gonna be I would say, half cosmetic, half performance. Now, these are the axles. As you can see, they didn't come in the green. These are the Xtra direct replacement housings made from aluminum from RCMart.com. I was just super impressed by the value that they provide. I mean, I think I paid $16 a pop, so total for two with shipping was under $50. It took a little while to get here, maybe 3 weeks at most. And funny that with the shipment coming from there, they kind of gave me a pre-installation durability testing when I got it in the mail, and the box that it came with was entirely squeezed, and I was like, holy shit, I hope my axles didn't really get bent very bad in there. And then when I pulled them out, I was actually surprised that everything is still in original spec. So as advertised, I think these are gonna get 4.4 ounce or 125 gram per axle. I don't know how much these stock housing weighs right now, but we'll definitely take them out and weigh them out to see the difference. In a sense, I think in total it's gonna add some weight low and down, so that's gonna increase the crawling capability for this truck. At the same time, these are all metal construction. So the housing, as you can see here, it was originally in red. I coated them with 2 coats of the Maker Silver, and then also used the same candy lime green to add that Monster Energy paint scheme to it. Alright, enough of talking, let's take a good look at these housing before we get wrenching. So as you can see, this is a very simple construction. The cover opens up just like the stock axle. So it still uses the 4-screw from behind to bind the diff housing right here. It's almost like a direct mirror of the stock housing. And I like the fact that they come in these black pink in there. And speaking of pink, it's on RCMart's website that you do have to kind of sand down the interior of the bearing area right here, because some of the pink gets in there and it might be problematic if you're trying to slide your bearing in there. So we're gonna sand it out a little bit. Other than that, I mean, these things, if they are fitting directly on really well, they'll be a winner, but we're gonna find out today and how it goes. Now, as you can see, the diff cover right here, it's all banged up and the paint has been scratched off, and that's why I'm doing this upgrade here. That's about 60% of the reason why I'm putting this one in. Super easy, a couple of screws, we got the front axle removed. Now before we take it apart, I just want to show it to you guys that even as it is right now, after like almost I would say 7 months of driving without any maintenance on the axle, there is still super silky smooth at these angles. I mean, these things are absolutely amazing. This truck, I think Axial did a really amazing job on this. As you can see, wow, I'm impressed. The gears are still in, looks like it's in pretty good shape. The bearing is still in very good shape. Same thing with the spiral cut gear. Let's see the weight difference between the stock housing and the Xtra housing here and see the difference in weight. Alright, so we have the stock housing right here and the diff cover, 0.8 ounce. That's merely just half an ounce per axle. I think that is roughly 23 grams of weight. It's like nothing. Put one of the Xtra's housings here. We're seeing 4.3, roughly 125 grams. So now that we know the weight difference between the Xtra housing and the stock plastic housing, this is 125 grams. This is 23 grams, so that's more than 5 times the weight in total. So that's gonna get you some good solid weight to it, especially for its price. Definitely it's a hidden gem. So when I was off camera, I went ahead and cleaned up the bearings in here. These bearings are still in very good shape. Alright, so let's go ahead and put the same gearings. Let's put the pinion gear back in first. Ah, there you go. I think we have to sand out the interior of the bearing carrier a little bit. We did sand out the bearing right here, so the carrier, so it slides it right in really easy, but we didn't do it to the interior one yet, so let's fit it real quick. As you can see, it's shiny and it's perfectly sanded out, so we should be able to drop the bearing in perfectly. Alright, now it's sitting in perfectly. I use a little bit of these lithium grease. Nice and easy. The caster is good on both sides. I'm pretty stoked right now, so I can't wait to finish the other side. Alright, we're almost done with the front axle. That was an easy peasy. There was a little bit more sanding that was required in here, a little bit more than desired, but I don't think it was really bad. I don't think it's a deal breaker or anything. Before we reverse the process of putting the axle back in, one last time just as a sanity check that we want to check for the axle. Has very smooth spinning operation with no binding whatsoever at whatever angle. So this is exactly it. So let's go ahead and reverse process and put it back in. so now the front end is done. Although it fit really nicely, with the exception of a little bit more sanding that was required for the bearing spacing. But other than that, I thought it worked really well. So let's go ahead and finish the rear end. I will just repeat the same process and then we're done for this upgrade. So there you have it. That was the quick installation for these RCMart Xtra aluminum housing on the SCX10II. In my opinion, I think it's one of the best bang for the buck upgrade you can do for the SCX10II. Now that it's running 200 or so grams of extra weight down low, and that's gonna help with the crawling capability in the trail. And also, I think it, overall looks really nice. The black paint plus my green paint on there, I think it looks very discreet. It still looks very stock. So when you're crawling out there and people are not gonna know that you're actually having an upgraded axle in there. I definitely highly recommend these axles from RCMart. You do have to keep in mind you have to sand out the bearing hub areas. Other than that, I'm really happy with the results. And if you made it into this video, I wanted to end the video by saying a huge thank you to everyone who's been watching the JPRC channel here. I mean, seriously, without the support from everyone, I wouldn't be here for this whole time. So thumbs up, guys. Appreciate you guys for supporting my video channel here for the whole time. With that said, I will see you guys in the next running video for testing these axles. Later, guys.